That's supposed to be a magic thing, kind of like a witch, but it kind of gave away where we are, which is
Salem. So we are here for the next 5 days in Salem. We're going to take you all around this cool town for Halloween especially. So right now it is September, a little bit before Halloween, so we're excited to be here. We are staying in the Merchant Hotel, which is right in the heart of Salem, and this hotel is just beautiful. So we just had a little breakfast. Dave went downstairs and he stumbled upon a nice little bag.
Yeah, actually I went downstairs to take some B-roll of this whole place and found on the bar area a bag labeled number 9, which is our room, and it had a bunch of goodies in it. It had apples and oatmeal, parfait. Had boiled egg with carrot, with a carrot. Was it carrot?
It was cheese.
Oh, it was orange. I got the color right.
It was like a carrot in color.
It was really good and really nice that they did that for the guests here.
Yeah, usually we have stayed here once before, so usually they do have like a full continental buffet style breakfast. But because of COVID, I think they're doing the nice little bag thing, which is really cute and just really nice. So right now we're about to head out into the town of Salem. I think today we're gonna do all of Salem, all the witchy things, and then tomorrow we are gonna be doing all the locations of Hocus Pocus, which I am so excited about.
Yeah, we actually stopped yesterday at the first place just because it was on the way to Salem, so we decided to do that. It was a little cloudy, so the footage that we got, I don't know, we can only view it on the little screen that we have for the drone, so we're not sure if it's going to be good yet, but we think it actually mimics the theme that was going on in the movie.
So we're really excited for that, and then on Sunday I think we're going to be heading to a castle that's here in Massachusetts that we never knew about. So we're definitely excited for that. So we have a jam-packed weekend ahead of us, so let's get going.
We are leaving the Merchant right now, but before we leave, we wanted to tell you a little bit about this place.
This home was the home of a man named George Corwin, and George Corwin was a terrible, terrible man, especially during the Salem Witch Trials. He used this house not only as his home, but also a jail and a prison for a lot of the victims.
And it wasn't that he was just some average Joe with a prison in his house, because that would be pretty random.
Yeah.
He was actually the sheriff during that time as well. So everybody knew him, and he was the one that everybody had to see to make sure that you were contained before you were admitted or proven guilty as a witch. That doesn't reflect anything of what the inside is like at all. I mean, they have redone this place over and over again. They have ended up with a really beautiful finished product.
We love it here. It's just so nice. I love outside. It's just very colonial and classic, and then when you go inside it has a little bit of a modern twist. A lot of colors throughout the entire property, especially inside with the wallpaper, the fireplaces, even the furniture that they chose is modern and just up to date, which is just really beautiful.
And there are a ton of rooms. I think there's what, 11 or 12 rooms in this house. And there's a lot of stairs, so beware. If you bring in a lot of luggage that's heavy,
like I do,
make sure you have somebody that can carry it up all those flights.
Like he can. There's no elevator, so. Right now we're about to head out and leave the Merchant and hit our first spot. It's only about 5 minutes away, which is great. We have a lot to go through today, so let's get started. Right behind me is the Elizabeth Montgomery statue, and if you guys have seen the show Bewitched on TV Land, that is her. She's sitting on a crescent moon, which is so cute, and this show was actually filmed here in Salem a bunch of times, so they just really honor her, which I love. Right across the street from the Elizabeth Montgomery statue is the Essex St Pedestrian Mall, and there are tons and tons of stores over there. There's bookstores, there's a lot of Halloween stores. Last night we actually got here and we took a nice little stroll and we found the cutest Halloween store that we definitely are gonna go back to and buy a bunch of things because they honestly had the best stuff. So a lot of stores are open. Like we said, masks are required and it's not too crowded right now, which is nice. I know in October this place gets mobbed with people, so we're so happy we came in September because it's a little less crowded. There are also a ton of museums here.
Yeah, we just passed a really sweet one called Count Orlok's Nightmare Museum, I think it's called. And we didn't go in because there's a lot of people there right now, but we might hit there on the way back. Looks like they have a ton of cool Halloween stuff and things from films and stuff from the past. Might be a cool place to check out.
Essex Street is filled with everything that you guys would need. They have restaurants, bars, shops, you name it, they have it. So this is definitely a happening place and a must-do when you come to Salem. I am trying to find Dave right now. He's taking B-roll over there. There he is. Hi, hon. Are you getting hungry yet?
Well, I actually just found this really sweet bell.
Yeah.
It's called the Revere Bell.
Uh-huh.
And it's dedicated to the citizens of Essex County who served in the armed forces. But it's really cool. It's right across from the Essex Museum itself.
Revere and Sons, Boston.
Yeah, so Revere was actually a really well-known bell maker during the time, and he was the only trusted bell maker to make any bells worth ringing.
So now that we took that little detour, I think we're gonna head to the witch's house, which is very iconic and very, very Salem. We are standing directly in front of the witch house, which is the only standing structure here in Salem that has direct ties with the Salem Witch Trials.
So it happens that this was the exact house that John Corwin, the judge during the Salem Witch Trials, lived.
So if you guys would like to go inside the witch house, it's around $9 for adults and then $5 for children. Make sure to purchase those tickets online beforehand, and they open up around 10 a.m. and the last showing is around 4:40 p.m. Dave spotted this really cute shop. It's called the Juicery, which is just perfect for what we want right now.
Turn on your staycation to a tropical vacation with refreshing Bermuda bliss.
Sounds yummy, and there's no one in here, so it's perfect.
What do you think of the smoothie you got? What'd you get?
It's good. It's a very peanut buttery. I went with the peanut butter, granola, strawberry, and banana. It's not on the menu, so I just kind of made it up myself. It's very thick and creamy, so definitely more of a milkshake consistency. So
it's like a protein shake?
Yeah, very filling, but it's still really good.
So as we make our way down Essex Street again, we're gonna hit the Hawthorne Hotel and a bunch of other places around that area. But last time we were here, we went to the Fountain Place for breakfast, and it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good. We came here when we were on our way out, about to drive all the way back to New Jersey, and we grabbed, I think, some egg sandwiches here.
Yeah.
And they were really good.
They were. We were able to eat inside at the time. Now they have outdoor tables that accommodate the people. So, fun fact, we were just walking down to the Hawthorne Hotel again, and I saw this sign. Apparently, Salem was the birthplace of the National Guard of the United States. Never knew that. But that's one thing about this place that keeps happening, is that we keep seeing different things that we never knew before that are substantial. You know, a lot of history here.
Yeah, like the Alexander Graham Bell fact was awesome. No one knew that.
Who would have known that he was here?
Right?
Lived here, nonetheless.
So much happening in this little town.
Yeah. So much more than we realized before. We came here, it was winter, there weren't any leaves on the trees, and people weren't out as much as they are now. But even during the pandemic, it is so much more intricate and so much more in-depth.
And just appealing. It's so beautiful,
yeah.
Especially with the weather right now. Like Dave was saying, we were here, I think, in February, so it was bitter cold.
Yeah.
And right now you can just walk around all day. The weather is beautiful. Everything looks nice and lush and green. So we're just absolutely loving it.
Yeah. So behind us, as you can see, is the Hawthorne Hotel. It is really important to know this hotel because before it stood here, it used to be the site of Bridget Bishop's apple orchard back in the 1600s.
Bridget Bishop, if you guys don't know, was the first victim in the Salem Witch Trials. The Hawthorne Hotel was built in 1925 and has about 93 rooms, and they say that the 6th floor is haunted and people have seen ghosts and stuff like that. Now, we did stay here back in 2018 and we didn't experience anything like that, but if you guys are interested in paranormal activity, then this is the place to be. The Hawthorne Hotel is definitely the most famous hotel here in Salem, and we would totally recommend staying here. Like I said before, if you're interested in ghosts and you're into all of that, this is definitely the place to be. It's a really pretty hotel, and it's part of the Historic Hotels of America as well. Right next to the Hawthorne Hotel is this gorgeous park. We decided to come in here and take a nice little breather and relax for a moment. But right in front of me is the Salem Witch Museum, which is a spot you guys must go to if you come here to Salem. If you're interested in learning more about the trials and exactly what happened and how many individuals were killed and everything like that, that is definitely the place to go. Right next to the Salem Witch Museum is this really cool statue of Roger Conant, and if you guys are wondering who he is, he was actually the first settler and the founder of Salem.
Yeah, it's actually a really huge statue too. I would say it's about 20 feet tall, 25 feet tall, and massive. There's a huge rock under it, and the statue itself is probably a good 8, 9, 10 feet tall.
So a lot of the sites are right here on this street. Right to my right, like we said, is the Hawthorne Hotel, and then directly behind me is the statue of Roger Conant, and then to the left is the Salem Witch Museum. So 3 huge sites right here on this street, so you can get a lot done quickly on this road.
And actually one more too, the Salem Commons Park is right across the street from this too. There's the museum, there's a statue, and right behind this wall we found this food truck. And now when we were researching stuff about Salem, we saw that this food truck started a real big trend late at night with the best cookies that Salem has to offer.
They open up at 5 o'clock, so this place is really happening at night and is perfect if you're coming home from the bar and want to grab a cookie. We are here at the Salem Witch Trials Memorial, and there are actually 20 benches for all the victims who were killed, hanged, and pressed to death during the trials. So just very moving, very, very beautiful. They actually have flowers on each one of the benches, which I just love. And there was actually one person who was pressed to death, so they used to just put rock on top of rock on top of rock until the person died. So Bridget Bishop, like we told you about her apple orchard over at the Hawthorne Hotel, her bench is first here when you first walk into the memorial.
At the bottom of that sign, it has quotes of exactly what they said before they died.
Very, very emotional. A lot of them said, "I am innocent, God save my soul.
Only God can judge me."
I'm like choking up. It's just sad, like, to see what these people had to go through, and just because they were judged, you know?
Wrongfully judged about something that was completely made up. Sometimes they would tie their thumb to their toe and throw them in water, and if they floated, they were a witch. If they didn't, they weren't. They were pulled out and saved. Over 200 people were accused of being witch, which was, at that time, illegal.
So when you first walk into the memorial, it's pretty emotional. There's a sign right there, and it has a list of names of everyone who died during the Salem Witch Trials, and who was hanged and who was pressed to death, and their location, where they're from, all of that. There are a lot of cool places right around here. Behind us is the Wax Museum, and then next door there's a bunch of different Halloween shops. So everywhere you turn around Salem, you'll find a different spot, a different shop that you want to go into, a different museum. So much going on. We are outside the house of the 7 Gables, and no one is here. It is closed at the moment, but they are open every single day, and this place is awesome. There looks like there's a little garden outside, and it's surrounded by this entire fence. So to really get in and really see the grounds of the house of the 7 Gables, you definitely have to buy tickets.
Yeah, it's an 8,000 square foot house.
So Nathaniel Hawthorne was inspired by the name House of the 7 Gables, and that's where he wrote his book.
Yeah, he also wrote very, very great literature, American literature, like the Scarlet Letter, and he was friends with Franklin Pierce, our 14th president, and he also was neighbors with Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry David Thoreau. Amazing
Popular.
life. And he was friends with Herman Melville, Moby Dick.
Wow.
The guy was incredible. He lived a great life, and this is so cool to be able to see this place.
Yeah, so there's parking right on property, which is great, and then you walk into the ticketing center, which is this red building right here. Like I said, right now it's closed. It's after 5 o'clock, but I think they're open from around 10 to 5 like everything else here in Salem.
Let's just make this clear for everybody. The gables on a house is actually the triangular shape where the pitch of each roof comes together. It makes a triangle. We're gonna see if we can get around to the other side where we can see the actual front of the house.
There's an exit only sign here, and it is closed off, so I think right now we're just going to be able to see the exterior of the building and the property, but it's still really cool. This is also another one of the Black famous houses here in Salem. We totally recommend checking out, like I said, the House of the Seven Gables. It's sad we can't get in there right now, but out of all the places, this one looks so beautiful. Like Dave was saying, it's about 8,000 square feet, so it's humongous, and the grounds look perfectly kept. We thought we were gonna end the vlog before, but there's this little cute store that I was talking about earlier today. It's called Maria's Sweet Somethings. If you guys come here, you have to come to this store. Not only is it themed out so gorgeously with all Halloween decorations, but they also have a lot of sweet treats and ice cream, chocolates, a lot of stuff to bring home with you guys. So we're definitely gonna head in there and grab a few things, a bunch of souvenirs to bring home with us because they have the cutest items in there. We're driving along trying to find somewhere to eat tonight, and we just passed the Witch Museum, which is right behind me, and Dave spotted another Black house here in Salem. So this is our third Black house that we've seen so far. We've actually seen a house that someone lives in that they painted black and they have red shutters, which was really pretty. So the Black house that we stumbled upon is actually called the John Ward House. This has no ties with the witch trials, but it's just a really neat house that was built in the 1600s, I think around 1684. And the house actually wasn't here originally. They moved it, I think, 3 blocks over later on, but it's just a really neat Black house, number 3 on our list for Black houses here in Salem. They also do a house tour at the John Ward House as well, so most of the houses here in Salem have tours, which are really neat. You need to go online and make sure to book your tour if you are interested. We decided on Mexican. The place is called Casa Tequila, and it looks really good, and I'm hoping I can also get a nice little margarita while we're waiting.
That was a really good Mexican meal. They had all authentic stuff. We really just had one of the best meals in a long time here. This is not only our first time dining out since Valentine's Day 2020.
Yeah.
But it is also the first time we have been to Mexico in New England.
But everything overall was amazing. We totally recommend.
Yeah.
We totally recommend this place. My quesadillas were cooked to perfection. The nachos were so good. We read a bunch of reviews before coming here, and there were some mixed reviews, and we don't know how because this food was 100%.
Yes.
So we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. We are about to do the Hocus Pocus tomorrow morning, so we're so excited to bring you guys on all the different locations. So we'll see you guys then. Good night, Treventures.